All right, so this is my second Weigh Safe hitch that we have. This is one that is a 6-inch drop or rise, and it's a 2-inch. You can get it with a 2.5. For the Sequoia, we had to put in either a 2 5/16 or a 2-inch ball. And the way that works is this little pin goes right in here. And this, you put the numbers so you can read it. And it slides in just like that, and it goes flat underneath. It's countersunk. So now this will slide right on there.
Get above it so I can see.
But this is the cool part. This is why it works. Is that right there is the scale. That's the weigh gauge that corresponds directly to this gauge. And I like it because now you put this in here, you lock this in, and now you put it on here and it slides. You get your supplied lock, which is all key to like, but you lock it in there and it locks in like that. That locks, and now you have your Weigh Safe hitch ready to go. And this is super important because this tells you your tongue weight. So when you're towing a regular trailer, you can move your weight on your trailer. You can move it forward or backwards depending on, you want 10 to 15% of tongue weight. And this has been super handy because in the campground, we've got a lot of people in here that have trailers and they have no idea what their tongue weight is. So slid this in the trucks, put this under the RV, and we read the gauge. And that has been super helpful for the ones that do have weight distribution. And for the ones that don't, it's still really good to know because, as you know, on our weight distribution hitch, we have the gauge. All right, so this is our Weigh Safe hitch. This is the middleweight, and I have a 2-inch shank, and I have the 2 5/16 ball. I use white lithium grease. That's what that is, so don't worry about that. Gauge is currently sitting at 0. Yes, I do have anti-rattle on here. So it was 550. And I have metal in here because I haven't been to a welding shop to have them add a little bit of material to the hitch. Because if they do that, then I don't need the anti-rattle. So, anyway, back to what we're doing. So I got the weight bars in. What we're going to do is drop the hitch onto the ball. And you're going to watch the gauge move.
No.
So right here on the gauge right now, you can read it. It says exactly 850. And that's because I didn't empty the kitchen galley gray tank. And so it says 850, but there it says 800. So now that we have our number, we go ahead and send it back up so we can put the bars on. And you do it just enough to get your bars on. And put your pins in. Make sure you put your locking pin in. We'll do the other side. So this bar. And we'll do the pin and then the locking pin underneath it. And now we'll go ahead and retract it and we'll let the bars do their work. And there, oh, come on, focus. There it is, just right where we want to be. Now, if I have more weight on the tongue, which I do right now, then I would adjust this and rotate it this way, and that gauge would go down. If I rotate this clockwise, then this gauge will go up. So that is purely dependent on your truck and your trailer setup. But for us, our trailer is very light. This is very easy to set up. I love it because we boondock, so every single time we hook up, like right now, I have water in my kitchen tank, and that puts nose weight and tongue weight on the trailer. And so I get to make an adjustment if we were moving right now. If there's no weight in the kitchen gray tank, but there's weight in the rear black and the rear gray from showering and from the black tank, then that's going to make the nose a lot lighter. So I can make an adjustment, put more weight down. So I love this system. It is very, very easy to set up. It's very, very easy to use. That's the biggest thing, is it's very easy to use. It's not like a lot of the other systems that a lot of other people have around here. We got to take apart the entire hitch and add washers and the right width washers and all of that. There's none of that. So it's very easy to use. So you're actually going to use it every single time, which is really nice. And the hitch is really, really good with sway. Like, we do not get pushed around by semi trucks. We do not get blown all over the road in the wind. It is not white knuckle driving. I actually can drive with just one hand and one hand on the very bottom of the steering wheel. It is that easy to tow with this hitch. I absolutely love it. Everybody else that's here around me in the campground loves it and has used my other Weigh Safe hitch, which is just a regular Weigh Safe hitch that I showed you earlier. They've all checked the tongue weights of all their trailers. It's pretty funny, and 4 or 5 of them realized that their weight distribution hitches that they had weren't set up correctly by the dealer. Best thing to do for peace of mind is just get one of these and be done with it. But yeah, even if you don't have that and you want to keep your weight distribution hitch, buy the second Weigh Safe hitch and know your tongue weights of your RV, of your enclosed trailers, your other trailers that you drive all the time. Know what your tongue weight is, because it's really important. And setting your trailer with your tongue weight up properly means that you're going to have an excellent drive. And so we get to spend time, and I get to spend time enjoying the drive instead of white knuckling it, worrying about watching the mirrors all the time, watching the cars and everything else that's coming through. So I love this hitch, and we have a link down below for you guys. We love the hitch a lot and highly, highly recommend it. You guys know that we don't recommend stuff that we don't use and that we haven't used for a long time. So this hitch we've had long enough to do a official review like this, and I absolutely love the hitch. Every piece and part about it, we can actually stand behind this hitch and recommend it. It's excellent. And knowing your tongue weight is a huge deal, especially in the RV industry. Our travel trailer sits perfectly level when we're towing, and our Sequoia sits perfectly level when we're towing. So we're perfectly level, both the vehicle and the RV. That's it for this video. If you see us on the road, say hi. If you see us in a campground and you want to check this out, I've been doing it here, so just let me know. Otherwise, we'll catch you guys on the road or in the next video. We're on to the next adventure.